Hey, we are coming to you live one more time. We're going to be doing this weekly, so I need to kind of go over what this is all about. Okay, I want this to be an interactive conversation between everybody that logs on, everybody that subscribes, myself, and the people who are logged on or viewing and too shy to talk. We need a think tank for ambitious people. I really think that society as a whole needs that. I think that it's like very, very important. There is far too wide a spectrum of talkers and idealists and rhetoricians. Those are the people who talk but never do. They're not the same as academicians. Academicians talk and think and research and write books. Where rhetoricians typically talk. They've got these great ideas. They have not done any research. They can't cite a reference to save their lives. And if you challenge them to, they typically get very hostile. And it's just funny. It's funny to me. But it is what it is. I want to get you and your friends and yeah, okay, I'm the one talking today and I'm the one talking currently, and we're going to try to do this at a consistent time, but we're going to do it on a consistent day, every Monday, 9 p.m. or whenever I get in from the office, okay, because I am not a rhetorician. I have to exercise hustle to make things happen. And I've learned something very powerful, and I've been doing some research, talking to other entrepreneurs and other professionals, and please feel free to chime in. But I come to an understanding in my old age, gray hair, not always a sign of old age, but often a sign amongst the old of some dues paid and some wounds that have healed, and some lessons learned. I believe that there is a difference between being a hustler and having hustle. Hustle is the ferocity, the tenacity to set a goal and go after it like it's a teenage boy trying to date your daughter. I think that is the best analogy I could use as a dad. Yeah, because a teenage boy trying to date my daughter gets the crazy eyes out of me. Okay? Like, we got to deal with that. Son, we got to have a conversation. You know what I mean? So, let's go after goals like that. And that takes hustle. But a hustler is someone who is typically in a reactionary mode, responding to poverty, responding to life's challenges, responding to some surface stimulant that has caused him or her to be in a situation where if they feel as if they don't hustle, they'll die. They are fighting for their lives, but they have not stopped long enough to breathe, to actually focus. All right, there is a big difference. And I was having this talk with my mentor today about a project I'm working on. There is a massive difference between busy work and activity and tactical effort, right? And sometimes, in the crunch, when the pressure is on, you get so overwhelmed that you close your eyes and you are just fighting, and you just, expect everyone around you to just close their eyes and be fighting, and nobody's hitting anything. You're likely hitting each other because it's a hustle. hustling. That's a hustle. That is a reaction to a goal that you feel like you need to reach. All right, let's tighten up the internet. There we go. All right. Good, we're back. Yay! Hey. So, just going over the difference between being a hustler, typically running a scam, doing just enough to get by. You see the number of businesses that are created and that fail. And a good percentage of that number are hustles. Businesses that were only created, businesses that were only in existence for the sake of addressing a wound, whether it's a financial wound, whether it's an emotional wound, whatever happened that caused that person to feel like they had to go beyond whatever 9 to 5 they had or didn't have. And maybe not having a 9 to 5 is what caused them to, take on the label of being an entrepreneur, of, throw up the shingle of being in the business world. It sounds sexy, but anyone who is really in it or has paid any dues at all can tell you, and I'm going to just pull up a backup copy of this here so we can see any comments that come in, because they are not coming across the screen in real time, and real time is what matters, right? All right, so but it is very important to realize that entrepreneurship, I was talking with my friend Jerry today, and Jerry is a partner at a very major consulting firm. They do valuations for firms that are about to go public, have already gone public, or are dreaming of it one day. So their typical client is 100 million or larger in annual sales. But their sweet spot, right, where, I think they have the most fun and they find the most challenges, and their case studies teach the most for anybody that can get their hands on them, are those 50 to 100 million in annual sales organizations that are like, they had the grit, or they had the hot idea to get to that level of the game, but now to get to the next level, right, it's going to take more. It's going to take a hunger. Some people, and I laugh at people who say, oh, business people are just capitalists. Well, some are. Okay, and screw them. If you're in it just for the money, I believe in God personally. I believe in karma also. And I really believe that if you are in it just for the money, you don't have a long future in front of you. You have to be in it for something more. And honestly, in my experience, and looking at my phone book, and when I talk to people, the people who love what they do are the people who have the most success. They're like massive successes, and it's impressive. It's like seriously impressive, because you can't believe it. It's just, all right, cool. We got a backup copy of the chat open. I won't miss any more comments as they come in. It's true that if you follow your heart, you are more likely to be successful. One thing, and I almost did this to my son, right? When my son was finishing high school, I set up a lunch date for him with the Dean of Admissions for Morehouse College. I'm proud. I think I've done something, and I'm dad, and I'm thinking about the legacy of my family, and blah, 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 blah. And my son, the young man that he was, and the good man that he is, I'm really proud of this dude. He looked me in my face and he said, "Dad, that whole legacy thing, that's your thing. It's not my thing. I don't want to go to college." You know? And man, when I tell you, that let the air out of my sails, that let the gas out of my tank, that let the air out of my tires. How many more analogies can I use to tell you that I was totally deflated? Because what a lot of parents do, and no parent should do, but what a lot of parents do, we take what we wish we did differently, and we try to fit our kids into that. It's not good. You know. And now, you know, as an older guy, you meet people from other countries, and, you know, I have a friend, I won't put his business out there, but from the time he was a kid, he loved playing with blocks so much that his parents said, maybe he wants to be an engineer. So they increased his exposure to engineering this, engineering that. All right? He went from Lego blocks to Erector sets, and on and on and on. He is an engineer to this day. He's doing pretty well for himself, and he wakes up every morning earlier than me, right? This guy's up at like 5 in the morning and hype about going in the office to help people. It's just no better than that. Imagine if parents say, let us just love on our child and expose them to as much as possible, right? Let's not mess their heads up and make them zombies like most of this generation coming up. Let's read books to them until they're 8 years old, which Pew Foundation studies say that is what separates creative thinkers and leaders from everybody else. They are programmed to think, and their grasp of language and ideas is so much broader because all they were exposed to before the developmental age of 8 was books and blocks and good people and different experiences. Exposure. Let the child figure out where they think they belong. Let them pick. Let them pick the space in which they are going to help and play a role in changing this world of ours. And then let's get them educated to do it and do it well, right? But we really got to kill the conversation that is creating all this college debt and all these unhappy adults, that an individual should go to college to get a job. Go to college to learn what you are good at and what you love doing so you can become a master. Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, please. Like, let's do that to our kids. You know, the difference, I think, it brings us full circle. That's figure out how to do what they want to do and what they love doing. Help them figure it out early so they can spend their lives happier. Oh yeah, I'm going to school for medicine. I've been taking stuff apart since I was a kid. My mom caught me at the age of 11 dissecting a squirrel And I've just known I wanted to be a doctor ever since. Or at least Mom did. Like, whatever it is, like, let's do that. You know? Alright? So, are there any questions or comments? Alright? I really want to hear from you. Really want to hear what you have to say, what you're thinking and feeling out there. Okay, cool. Keep going. Let's keep talking. Entrepreneurship. Given how many businesses fail, we can say that entrepreneurship is just another stab in the dark. Too many times, 8 times out of 10, entrepreneurship is a stab in the dark at figuring out what to do after college, or instead of college, or to pay the bills. Well, maybe, I don't know. I think failing is a very good thing. You know, I think trying to, you know, I know a guy, nice guy, but it's a different hustle every time you talk to him. And I have had enough bumps and bruises to know that there's nothing that can be said to him or done for him. It's his journey. It's his life. He has to figure it out. You know. Now, do I think he has to be shady to do it? No. But I think that that's between him and God. Can't judge. Right? I'm sure there are people who call me a stone cold a-hole. All right, because of some business interaction they've had with me where I was my old stoic, icy self. And I can still be stoic and icy when I feel like there's too much emotion in a room. I will be the Iceman. Because emotion and business are dangerous, yo. They're dangerous. I don't like them mixed at all. I don't mix a whole lot of, I don't like my eggs, and my grits mixed, unless the eggs are scrambled with cheddar cheese, like my grandma used to do when I was a kid. Then I want the eggs and the grits mixed, okay? I have to mix raisins in my oatmeal, okay? There's some things that have to be mixed, but emotion and business? Really? No. No. What is the goal? Where are you currently? And what are the steps? Simon Sinek talks about this in his book, Start With Why. What are the steps that from today to that goal, what are the steps that you have to take one by one, by one, by one, by one, by one, to get to that goal successfully? And in the book, Simon says it very, very poetically. Do right now, at this moment, which is truly all you can control. All you can control is yourself and what you are doing right now. At this moment, do the one thing. No multitasking. Multitasking is a myth, aka BS, malarkey, shkubala, whatever. It's trash, garbage. No thank you. All right? Do the one thing right now that you can do that will get you closer to your goal. When you have successfully done that, do the next thing. That is true progression. It requires no more than your effort, your muscle, right? You have to make it happen or it doesn't happen. Ron Norwood, my mentor, love that guy. I have a few mentors. You should have a few mentors. But Ron always says, if it is to be, it is up to me. You're in control, right? The history of African Americans, it's a dark one, right? It's a rough one in this country, and it's a rough present for African Americans in this country. Now, is Jesus going to come back and stop it, the madness? He hasn't done so yet. So waiting on him, or waiting on someone to save you or rescue you, well, that's foolish, right? You save yourself. How do you save yourself in a capitalism? You change your financial status. That is the most effective way to save yourself in a capitalism. It means that you can afford a different type of justice. You can afford a lawyer who actually has some skill at serving someone like you. That's just a case scenario for the fact that no matter what race you are, no matter what nationality, no matter where you're from, you do have the power to take action towards changing your reality for the better. But until you believe it up here, believe it. Grasp the concept, think through the concept, and then realize it is totally possible. Right? Once you believe that it is totally possible, and every day you fight the fight against your enemy, which is the person in the mirror, you're the enemy. The negativity in you, the fear in you, the doubt in you, that is the enemy. Every day you fight that crap, right? And as you get better at fighting that, as your energy and your mindset become more consistently positive, you'll notice more consistently positive results in your life. It's amazing to watch, and you'll still have bad days, and that's okay. Nobody expects you to be perfect, but you need you to be stronger tomorrow than you were today. You need that. And as you develop that strength, the ability to every day and every moment stop wasting time, but use the little time you have to do one thing that you can do right now that will move you that much closer towards your goal. Yo, my name is Rich. I go by the BizGrow Pro on social media, Twitter, etc. I do this because it's necessary. I believe in paying it forward. I do. So let's have some takeaways. Takeaways. 1. Read Start With Why by Simon Sinek. Simon, please, comment with a link to your book or something for me, okay, bro? Check your mindset. Okay? Positive energy, positive thoughts. And when you have a negative thought, you confront that bastard. You put it in its place. Okay? Activity and busy work do not equate to the same thing as tactical movement towards a goal. It's just busy work. It's cute. It looks good. You can say you did something. It didn't have an impact. Avoid it at all costs. Unless that's what you're being paid to do. If you're paid to be a clown and stand and jump around in a circle, I won't fault you for that. Get your money however you have to until you can get it the way you want to. Right? It's the BizGrow Pro. I'm signing out. Any comments, even after this live recording is done, feel free to drop them right here on the YouTube channel, man. And women out there, men out there, Let's build this think tank. I'm not the only ambitious person in the world. There are a lot more ideas that we need to all be discussing and sharing. Let's build each other up, huh?